But lands a good running body kick again.
All through every word, Warrior's voice will be heard. Whoa. That's right.
Bow, bow, bow. What the fuck? Why was that so slow on the restream? Get your shit together. Oh my god.
Yeah, that song always wakes me up, you know?
Yeah, it always wakes me up, and then they fuck up the transition, man. Welcome again to the motherfucking Warriors Voice. This is episode 21, which was supposed to happen last week, but we had some technical difficulties. We're actually after this show, we're switching platforms. So RIP Restream. This will probably be the last one you see us doing this. Just not working out overall for us, but another good episode for y'all. Me and my man MMA Pickers here today. Had my man Mal, he had to get in some meetings, so I let him get the day off. He's gonna be chilling, relaxing, but he'll be watching. He said he'll be tuning in, and he'll be giving some insights live from the meeting. So definitely shout out my boy Mal and Max somewhere around here. I don't know. We'll find him. He's always roaming around somewhere. Jamie, what's good? Shout out everybody that's already watching, that's in here. As you know, I got my man MMA Pickers, one of the best fucking pickers in the world, man. I was literally paying my bills with this man off his picks for like 3 or 4 months, man. So this man is one of the best in the business. One of my good friends, somebody who also is at Karate Combat all the time with me, doing the commentary at the Wolf Sports Desk, and doing a lot of good shit. Got a lot of good takes. So I love to have him here. How you feeling today, baby?
Hey, I'm pretty good, man. I mean, we're coming up on we got Super Bowl coming up soon. We got UFC 312. I mean, I'm either about to make a bunch of money or lose a bunch of money. So ask me how I'm feeling in 2 days.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this. I do not want the Eagles to win. I know that for a fact. And also, big other big things that's going on. We are now live officially on the Warriors Voice Twitter page. We will also, I've been doing a little bit of it. I don't have as much time as I would like, but once my brother gets back from his vacation in Florida, he'll be helping me run the Twitter page, and we'll be producing news on that. Pickers, his bets. We'll also be posting those throughout it. I can't do a live feed from the Discord because that's the outlets thing, and that's what they do over there, and we want to respect that. We love the outlet, the guys over there. So the bets that he does up here, I will post up there as well. Also, with something new we got coming this week that we've been working on, I'll be posting over there. But we live over there, so we be live over there instead of my actual Twitter profile, and also we're live on the YouTube. And I may add some other platforms later, but right now, let's just keep it simple. We got the X going, got the YouTube going. We're going to be putting a lot of the content from the show on the X. We're going to be putting the live shows on the X. Any content that we're doing at Karate Combats or UFC on the X, any exclusive content we're going to do. Me and MMA Pickers go to a lot of gyms and stuff. So any stuff that we get like that, we'll start posting on X. And my brother's going to go crazy. I'm telling y'all now. He started Apollo Sports page, and he got that shit to like 1,000 followers in like 2 weeks. Like, he's insane with the sports stuff. He knows what he's doing really good with socials. So we're going to get that popping. So big things. I know we weren't here last week, but we've been cooking, baby. Like, I'm cooking. We getting shit together. We try to make shit big. We're trying to do shit, and it's a lot of shit going on, so we're going to jump into a lot of these topics. I got a few today. First off, I want to say this. Holy shit. Oh, my God. I almost shit my pants last night. I was scrolling through Twitter and just happened to see Canelo and Jake Paul are closing agreements on a fight for May 2nd. Not only is he fighting Jake Paul, but that he was fighting Jake Paul in the week of Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
heinous, diabolical. But by the graces of Turkey Al-Sheikh. Oh, Turkey Al-Sheikh.
4-fight deal.
4-fight deal, including Terrence Bud Crawford. Exactly what we wanted. Nobody want to see him fight Jake Paul, man.
Thank God for Turk Al-Sheikh.
God, bro, Turkey Al-Sheikh. Oh, I love that man. Shout out to him because he's bringing boxing back, bro. He's helping boxing come back, and he's working with Dana to also build MMA up as well. So it's no competition there. Shout out Turkey Al-Sheikh getting shit done. I'm so fucking happy that Jake Paul shit did not happen. No disrespect to Jake Paul, but I don't want to see my favorite fucking fighter, who's a welter, middleweight at best, fighting a heavyweight.
All right, whoa, relax. I don't like the implication you're making there. We're talking about Canelo, not 50-year-old Anderson Silva.
I understand that. But I'm just saying, the puncher's chance scares the fuck out of me.
Nah.
That scares the fuck out of me.
If it's a real fight, Canelo wipes the floor with him 10 times out of 10.
I 100% want to agree with that. But I also just know that just one slip, one mistake, and motherfuckers can go to sleep. So that's the only thing I was worried about. I'm glad. Nice fighting, bud. It's two of the best to ever fucking do it. They're the best in the game right now. It's the best of the best fighting each other. This is the best thing we could get. This is what we weren't getting from boxing for the longest. This is what we were complaining about when Floyd was around and Pacquiao and all these other guys around because they were picking and choosing who they wanted to fight. Nobody was really getting the dog fights, and this is a dog fight. This is what the fuck we want. I know I'm happy. Turkey Al-Ashik's happy. Even Dana White's happy because he's a huge boxing fan. Everybody's fucking happy. Thank fucking God. No disrespect to the Paul brothers, but keep fighting MMA motherfuckers and whoever else you want to fight. Stay the fuck away from Canelo, please.
Yeah, take McGregor.
Oh.
You can have him.
Please. Matter of fact, great fucking segue. What the fuck is going on with this man?
What do you mean? Now, what's different now over than the last 3 years?
Oh my God, bro, nothing. It's him and Kanye. Him and Kanye is just like, bro, they just don't know when to stop. Kanye is going cold red right now on Twitter since last night. I don't even want to talk about him. But who are we just talking about? He just fucked me up. And I'm thinking about this shit that he was doing. Conor.
Keep it together, man. Keep it together.
Conor fucking spits on a fan of Khabib while he has security with him. The lowest of lows. Like, bro, one, you're an MMA fighter.
Well, you can
kill people with your bare hands. Two, you have massive security guards with you that are twice your size. You're spitting on a man who could do absolutely nothing to you right now, or he dies. It's bullying at its best. And you know, it's even crazier. I tweeted about this shit, sitting in my bathroom, taking a shit, listening to MMA Zone, and they fucking put my tweet up there. I gotta see if I can fucking find it. But no lie, bro, because it's not right, bro. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like bullying. Like, if you know you can fuck somebody up, you know you can fuck them up. It's no reason to show and exert your power in a form or fashion to where it makes you look like that. Like, it's no point of learning a bunch of disciplines to have no discipline.
It's Conor. You're just talking about Conor. You're not even talking about this specific instance. You're just talking about Conor. I mean, if this was the first time, we could have a conversation.
I know, man. I'm just getting tired of it. It's certain people that like I liked as either an athlete or a musician or something, and they're getting to the point where I'm like, buddy, I can't do nothing no more with you, man. Like,
what would your reaction be if I told you John Jones had too much to drink at an after party and got arrested?
It would be normal, to be honest.
Exactly.
It would be normal, to be honest, because I mean, but not now. He's done a lot better. And speaking of that, he just came out of nowhere with what the fuck was that? I don't even.
It's been like a year.
I mean,
since the last incident.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. But then he came out of left field with this whole. Now I respect the cause. 100% respect the cause.
I think you need to give that some context for anyone who's watching and doesn't understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a big deal in the MMA space. So obviously everyone is heavily anticipating John Jones' next fight, and hopefully it's Tom Aspinall. And John Jones came out a few days ago and said, or maybe it was 2 days ago, and said in 24 hours, I have a massive announcement, which he made the announcement yesterday. And of course, now listen, I hear this and I'm like, I know John Jones is a troll. We're not getting fight news that easily. No way. He's going to do this so everyone watches and he gets eyes on him. And then he's going to do some troll shit. And then he's going to do it again and again and again. And we'll get the fight announcement in like 6 announcements. And by then, everybody will be watching. And it's good marketing for him. So props to him. But he comes out with the announcement. And the announcement is essentially that he is going to be putting some of his concerted efforts towards fighting injustices in the healthcare system.
Yeah.
Which is very noble.
But yeah, that's what I said.
You know what you did.
You know what you did.
You know what you did.
We wanted a fight. That's not what we wanted.
You know what you did.
And You fucking asshole. You did some shit where we couldn't even be mad about it. We like,
I'm mad
fuck.
I'm not that mad about it. I knew he was going to do that.
I
Did you
know.
think he was going to make a fight announcement?
No, fuck no. He doesn't want to fight Tom, bro. As much
I
as
think he's going to fight Tom.
I think he is too, but I don't. But what?
I don't blame him for any of this. This is genius marketing on his
But
part.
what is the bag the UFC gives him for this? Because they said no to 30 mil. They're still not doing that.
I think they both denied that 30 mil was even an offer on the table.
Yeah. Like that's not even something on the table.
10 plus.
10 plus. I say 10. Yeah, probably 10 with pay-per-view points.
10. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like that.
That makes sense. John, stop fucking playing with us, man. I'm tired of the blue balls, bro.
He's got to be a million plus.
Him and Conor, I'm pissed at. I missed 2 fights. Both of them pulled out when I had tickets to their fights.
Yeah, but you got Pereira.
I seen Pereira 4 fucking times. And I might see him again. I might go to the Ankalaev fight. I don't know, bro. I'm debating on it right now, man. But I might see him again. I don't mind it though. He always shows up. Like he shows up and he gives a good show. And I'm not gonna lie, to be real with you, UFC 300, I think it was. That intro, like his intro always is surreal. Like it's like when you are there, like watching it at home is one thing, but when you're there. And he comes out and does that. Bro, that whole stadium just fucking roars, bro. It's only it's only one thing that's louder than that I've heard in that stadium, in any of those stadiums, and is when Trump walked in. That's the only thing louder I've heard than that moment of Alex walking out of UFC 300. So I don't mind seeing him, man. It is a fucking. It's one of those environment moments where you're just like, it's like being I don't know if anybody's ever been to Cameron Stadium or where Duke plays, or you've been to the one where UNC plays whenever Duke and UNC play. It's a crazy environment feeling. Same thing with Karate Combat. Like if anybody's been to Karate Combat, it's the same exact thing. It's very intimate and you feel everything. Like you're right there beside. You might be celebrating and turn to the side and you celebrating with a fucking celebrity or some shit. So it's like that feeling is like the same with an Alex fight. Alex is crazy, and it's insane what he do to people. Like the Yuri fight, the first one I seen, the one where John pulled out when he fought Yuri. He was
that KO was nasty,
crazy. He was just hair. Wow. I'm like, oh my god. My man was like, I didn't like that stoppage. What? Yuri almost died. What do you mean? But yeah, so John, Conor. I'm pissed at both of them. It's deeper than rap. These motherfuckers pulled out on me. Both of them. 313 and 295. Bless you, brother. Gesundheit.
Oh, good one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man.
Par for the course.
So yeah,
that's not a lot of topics there.
I know. We're rolling through them. Fuck it. We're gonna keep fucking moving, man. We're gonna have a lot of clips from this one, y'all. But yeah, man.
In 10 years. Alex Pereira's in his late 30s. He made a bag already, set for life. Not many fights left for him. In 10 years, you're not going to be complaining about how many times you saw Alex Pereira.
Oh, hell no. Not when he's going into the Hall of Fame. 100%. Not when he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
I think we should talk about somebody actually, since we're talking about Alex, let's talk about somebody who's actually like close to Alex. Let's say they have some history. And they're actually quite the contrary, or on in terms opposite directions as far as like incline and decline.
I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he's one of my favorites of all time, guys. This is what we're talking about. I'm about to take a sip of this.
Last week. I don't even like him.
Ah, man, I bet on him last week.
What do you think's next for Israel Adesanya?
Israel Adesanya, man, I honestly don't know. I'm gonna tell you what I seen in that fight. I seen the same exact thing that happened to him in the Alex fight, where he got caught, where he fell and got caught on the octagon and left himself wide open for a shot. You know what I'm saying? Because really, like the first one rocked him, but the second one is the one that kind of like finished him and where he wasn't able to really recover. You know what I mean? So I honestly, and I said this in a group chat with y'all, was like, I feel like his chin's gone. Like, I don't know. Like, he's had a lot of fucking fights. Like, let's not forget. Like, he did kickboxing and all that shit before he came there, everything. And then he's been in the UFC for a while now. You know what I'm saying? And he was champ for a while. So he's fought the best of the best. He's been at the top for a while. He's taken some beatings. He's been in some dog fights. And I think he's at the point in his career where father time and also that chin is starting to wear down. And you got hungry motherfuckers like Imavov and them coming through, bro, and they headhunting, right? And I think Izzy's so used to being like a defensive champion type person, and it's like now it's like he has to be more offensive and like aggressive like he used to be in his early days, and I just don't think it's there anymore. I just don't think the love is there anymore. I think the love is there. I just don't think the drive is there anymore. Like you've accomplished it all. It's kind of like Bobby Fischer. When you watch the Bobby Fischer movie and his coach was talking about it, he was like, is Bobby afraid of losing? Is Bobby afraid of losing? Like, nah, Bobby's not afraid of losing. Bobby afraid of winning because that's the only thing he worked for his entire life. So once he wins, he doesn't know what he's going to do after that. And I feel like he kind of got to that point, and it's like it's just not there no more. And sometimes it's good to just go out. Like he's sitting on 3 losses now. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that those losses are bad losses. These are like great fighters. As much as I hate Dricus, he's great. You know what I'm saying? Alex is amazing. One of the best of all time. Imavov is top dog. He's a top dog in to contenders in the, so it's not like the losses are bad.
Now, right?
But
I mean, it's third in line, but he's still
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but where do you go from there? Because you were Israel Adesanya. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now you just lost to the guy that's going to be elevating. So you're going the opposite way. So do you become a gatekeeper when you were this? You know what I mean? Or do you just bow out gracefully here? I, in my opinion, would feel like I would bow out gracefully here. I wouldn't want to take the beating. I'm not going to Tony Ferguson route if it's me. You know what I mean? I'm not going out on the sword. Like I go out on the sword in the fact that like, all right, it's over. Like I can't. I don't think I could keep up with the top of the top, and I don't want to be in the middle or at the bottom. So you know, and he's a top guy. Like at the end of the day, regardless of how anybody feels, you could never discount his career. You could never discount, like you could say whatever you want about his personal life, whatever you want. That man in that octagon, in a ring, kickboxing, whatever, was the best of the best. And one of the only people that ever beat him, the only people that ever beat him were the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no losses with the lower end people, especially in the UFC.
Yep.
So I think it's rough as a Izzy fan, it's rough to watch, but you know, sometimes you got to know when to call it.
I hear. I want to read Mallory's take out loud. I really like it, and then I'll give my take. So his thoughts on Izzy are: he says, "I would suggest taking the rest of the year off, picking the right opponent, and taking it one fight at a time." And I think that's a great idea. Yes, it may seem like a long shot to see Izzy back in title contention, but even if that's not the case, there are still lots of really fun fights for him. For example, one I could think of right off the top of my head. We just saw Michael Venom Page fight at 185. I think that would be a really interesting stylistic matchup. The blitz and karate style of Michael Venom Page, the
100%
versus the long, rangy striking of Izzy. I think those are two guys that are at the top of the kickboxing world. That'd be a really, really fun fight. You know, Shara just retired, but that would have been a fun fight. And obviously, these are guys on the lower end of the top 15 or, you know, lower end of the top 20. But stylistically, there's still fun fights.
Yeah,
he
fan service.
still has plenty of gas left in the tank. There's millions and millions of dollars of earnings left for him in his career. I would be perfectly fine if he came back and he wanted to just take meaningful, fun fights that are good stylistic matchups for him. And like you said, if he wanted to bow out gracefully, I think at this point, like you said, someone with 6 title defenses, 2 wins at the championship at middleweight, who's done the things he's done, is pretty much entitled to do whatever the hell they please. So, and as far as his chin, I'm not even willing to write off necessarily that his chin's going. I think what's actually happening is coaches are starting to crack the code to his defense. The way Strickland knocked him down, the way Du Plessis knocked him down, and the way Imavov knocked him out are all very similar.
Very similar.
The way that they close distance and then went straight up the middle with either an uppercut or a hook, which are both close-range shots.
Yep.
I'm sure, you know, a better MMA coach could give a better breakdown than me. But I think at a certain point, the effectiveness of Izzy's defensive strategy started to wane, and he has always left his chin up in the air, which whether you have a good chin or a bad chin, if you leave your chin up in the air and you get cold clock there, that's kind of hard to discount. And I think he, taking the rest of the year off is really smart. And I imagine Eugene Behrman and the folks at City Kickboxing will probably make some changes in his game plan.
Yeah. Well, I agree. City Kickboxing is a great gym. They do a lot of good work over there. They got a lot of good guys, a lot of top contenders. I think Kai Kara France is up next for the title shot. And they got Dan Hooker, a lot of other guys over there. So I mean, they have upcoming guy. What's the new guy? Navajo Sterling. Yeah, so got quite a few, but this is my thing, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'll say this and give you a chance, Armal, to rebuttal if y'all want. He just took a break, so is it like take a break, 2 fights, and then another break again? Is that the answer? Because that was supposed to be the answer after he lost to what, Alex it was?
I mean, he fought Dricus in August. When did he take a break?
Oh, he lost to
when was the break? I don't see. I mean, he took a break after Strickland.
Yeah, he lost to Strickland. He took a break after Strickland for a while.
Yeah, and he lost to Du Plessis, who's another, like you said,
top dog. Yeah,
top guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he didn't get knocked out by Du Plessis.
He got submitted. He got submitted by Du Plessis.
We know Du Plessis was the stronger grappler going in.
Yeah, but arguably, if the striking on the feet, Izzy had the advantage in that fight.
I think he was winning the fight on the scorecards, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it just opened it, and that's the other thing too. It's like it's not really him being bad; it's just people capitalizing off of his minor mistakes.
Yes,
it's minor openings, and they're just finding them, and they're really good. And it's like you can't make these mistakes with the guys that are coming up now because they watched you and the rest of the guys that's done this shit for years. A lot of guys he's fighting now watched him as they were trying to get to the UFC. So they know you more than anybody. You know what I mean?
If you look at all of his MMA fights, there's 15 years of tape on the guy.
It's crazy, man. Well, I hope the best for the style bender, man. Like I said, I think he's one of the greatest athletes to ever be in the UFC. One of the greatest champions, regardless personal stuff or not, as far as just a champion fighting, showing up, making weight, coming to the press conferences, building a fight up. He was always great. Always great.
Dancer, so that's a good workouts.
Yeah, great dancer. Come out, a great intro. Some of the best intros we've ever seen. It definitely rival Alex's intros. I say MVP's is up there too. MVP's intro that he did
was great. I love that.
Yeah. That was that's the one I went to with his first fight in the UFC. That was dope. But yeah, man. Shout out to Izzy, man. I hope he's doing well. I hope he does well. Also, shout out to Dricus and Sean Strickland, who actually said kind words about, his stuff. And I think it was somebody else. I can't remember right now. It was one other person that I seen said some like really kind words about him. That was a former opponent. Yeah, Pereira. Well, Pereira always said like he don't got no issue with him no more. And like that he just want to see Izzy win. I think that was after he fought Dricus. They had talked or something like that. But
can you talk about Marvin Vittori's tweet? Did you see it?
No, hold on. About who? Oh my, let me get it up.
Sonya. Oh my God, you got to pull it up.
Okay. Oh man, is it bad?
It's great. It's great.
Oh, okay.
It's Marvin Vittori dunking on himself as he always does. It's
okay.
Wonderful.
Okay. What is his Twitter again?
I don't even know his handle.
Yeah. Because sometimes it won't show up. Like if their name, their name, and then their handle is crazy. Oh, Galaxy S25 is coming out. No, we are not sponsored by Samsung. I just have ADHD and say things out loud sometimes. Speaking of sponsors, shout out one of our sponsors, which is Karate Combat. And if you don't have the Karate Combat app already, you need to download it right now because they're going to give you free 88 tokens, which is your key to voting on your favorite fighters and also making key decisions within the league, which means if they do a rule change, they usually give it to the community. And if you own tokens, you can vote if you want that rule change to happen or if you don't want it to happen. Also, you can import more money into your wallet if you want. Deposit more money, pay more money on the fights, and you can only win. You can't lose. So if you win, you get a small percentage of what you put up. If you lose, you just get your money back. Amazing platform, amazing infrastructure. There's no way to win. It's not gambling. So if you're kosher, if you're halal, you don't need to worry about it. It is not gambling. It is all good. Everything is kosher. All right. So there you go. See, perfect. So shout out Karate Combat. They help power this show along with our other sponsors we'll talk about later. And also Karate Combat 53 coming up. If you're going to be at Ethereum Denver, Denver, one of the biggest crypto conferences in the world, they will be there. We'll be having a crazy fight. Actually, and later today, if you stick around, I will give fresh off the board, fresh off the press from the matchmaker, my boy Leo, some confirmed fights that we do have for Karate Combat 53. But I will say Arturo Vergara versus Jesus Lopez is going to be one of the best fights of the year. And it's going to be a crazy banger. And that is the title fight for that. And we'll get into the rest later. But shout out Karate Combat. Did you find a tweet?
I just texted it to you.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, but oh, my gosh.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Unbelievable. This guy is got something loose up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't even know if you could put that on the screen, but
yeah, I got it. I got it right here.
There we go.
All right, let's see. Oh, don't look at that, guys. Don't worry about that yet. All right, we'll talk about that later. All right. It's a little sneak peek. All right. It says right here, only chance for Adesanya to win is to fight me. Jesus. This man is something else, bro. What does Upfront say? Hold on. He says, so you're coming to X to reassure us that you can't be Adesanya. You must be Northern Italian, Sicilian. Hell no. He said, oh, no, we can't say that, I don't think. Yeah, let's see what else they got to say. Might be right. Hello, well. Yeah, buddy.
There's one really good one from a Twitter handle, Dame Margera. That's the one that went viral.
Hold on, is it at the top?
And I sent you a picture of it.
Oh man, I'm trying to find it. If it went viral, shouldn't it be at the top? Oh, so a lot of these are going viral. Huh?
I'm looking at my screen right now. It's at the top of mine. Can I tag you in this?
It said, Marvin, have you been tested for autism? No, but I sure I am. Wow. Okay. And I feel like this meme right here on the screen. Literally, that's how I feel right now. All right. Luckily, we're on YouTube and X, and I think we're okay to say that. Especially on X. Shout out Elon, letting us have that good old free speech the American way. Yes, America. But yeah, that's fucking hilarious. What in the actual fuck, dude?
Right?
This man is.
If it gets him to fight, by all means.
He ceases to not entertain us, man. He ceases to not entertain, man.
Oh boy,
Jesus, man. All right. Speaking of crazy ass shit that's going on with fighters who were, something in the UFC at one point. Kevin Lee, ex-UFC fighter, also brother of Keith Lee, ex-MMA Bellator fighter, I want to say, but now critically acclaimed food critic of social media. He got knocked out. And in the words of Pops from Friday, he got knocked the fuck out. Got up pretty quick, but he definitely. I'm gonna see if I can find the video, but I can't say this guy's last name, so I'm gonna let MMA pickers say it. But
you gotta pull it up so I can at least read it.
Oh well, it's Morali Hasunov. Oh my god, I don't even fucking know this guy's name, man. Let's just get the video up, dude.
It's a wild video.
Yeah, the video is insane. Let's see if is it right here. Oh, here we go. All right, let me see. All right, here we go. Here it is right here. All right. So we got it right here. So as you can see too, right here, he's coming in for a flying knee. Now, from what he said, double flying knee. Yeah, he faint, like mid-air faint switch. Motherfucker did some crazy shit. He thought he was Bruce Lee for a second. All right. But listen, he said he was holding back and he didn't want to do that to him. Right now, from Morali, whatever his name is, I think it is Morali. He said that it was no malicious intent, but in my eyes, it looked like you went for a flying knee in fucking sparring, which is a and he made you pay for it. And that's why Kev got mad and it got leaked, because that happened. Whoa. Jesus. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was clean as fuck.
Well,
That shit-
sheesh.
God damn. I bet you he won't throw another flying knee in sparring ever again.
Play the video when he gets back up.
Oh shit, yo, you're diabolical. I forgot about that part. He said, nope, hold up. So yeah, that's what happened, man. It wasn't
clear, though. It is kind of a dick move to leak footage in sparring. Sparring's supposed to be a place for fighters to work on stuff they're bad at, and of course, when you work on stuff you're bad at, bad stuff's going to happen sometimes.
100%
out there on tape. So leaking sparring footage is a dick move.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know that he knocked him out because he threw a flying knee. I think it's more likely that he knocked him out because he was in a bad position because he missed a flying knee. So he kind of hit that punch super clean. It's kind of like if you throw a kick and you get hit in the face at the same time, since you're on one leg, you absorb all the shock to your face. There's nothing that's able to help you absorb the shock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just should have just been a sparring accident that moves on and becomes nothing. But because of some asshole with a camera, we're all talking about it now.
Exactly. And yeah, he said Lee expressed frustration in the video. He said that he was showing mercy by not fully committing to the flying knee. He also indicated that he might start sharing sparring footage of his own, which means you might got some dirt on these motherfuckers too. So, but I mean, fighting fire with fire is not the best way to, put out the fires. But I honestly agree. Like, gym culture, you should not be giving out sparring. I record at gyms all the time, but I just keep it for myself. I don't show it anywhere. Like I record at Ghost Shed all the time. If I do anything, post anything from Ghost Shed, you'll see it's a quick like boomerang, or you'll see it's a picture. I'll never post them actually working on things. Now they do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So for them, it's kind of culture at their gym because they're a viral gym. But most gyms, they don't like that. Like if you're at Extreme Couture ever and you got your phone out during pro practice, don't let Eric or none of them catch you like that, boy.
They're gonna stick.
What the fuck are you doing? Hello? Buddy. I remember I was texting. The motherfucker walked up on me. I'm like, no. I'm just texting. I'm just texting. You do not want that, bro. And it's a respect thing. It's a respect level. Like you said, we're working on things we're bad at. There's no need for people to see that. You're giving my opponents all types of stuff at the people, right? Not saying, granted, his career is not as luxurious and extended as he would like it to be, but he still can want to fight. I mean, the GFL, I don't know. He might be part of GFL. It's a lot of people on that roster for the GFL. It's a shit ton.
Like if you've been in the UFC, GFL will pick you up. So
exactly, basically, like even Lyoto Machida's in the GFL, which is weird to me because I'd rather see him in Karate Combat. But it's neither here nor there. Him and Raymond Daniels sounds like an amazing fight to me. But what do I fucking know? What do I fucking know? But yeah, I don't know why he didn't want to come. He would rather go over there than I heard they're paying a bag, so maybe that's what it is. Who knows? We will talk about that. Yeah. We will talk about that. I think we should talk about that next week. We'll get a little bit on the GFL and talk about that. I wanted to talk about it last week, but there's a lot of shit going on this week too. But yeah, the whole Kevin Lee shit, man, unfortunate. Hate to see it. I liked Kevin Lee when he was in the UFC. I like him in general. I like Keith Lee as well. It's pretty cool. He made a lane for himself. So hopefully this August, what's the name? I did also too. From the other guy's perspective, he emphasized that injuries are part of the training in MMA, that are tough sparring prepares fighters for actual fights. He clarified he didn't share the video and respects Lee as a sparring partner. So obviously the video is leaked from somebody else. I mean, he was actually fighting in the video. So
yeah, he didn't take the video.
Recording it. Yeah.
He took it and thought it was cool and posted it because, cool knockout. Let me go get 1 million views on YouTube. But
exactly.
Maybe not even knowing the implications.
Not even knowing. So yeah, man, shout out Kevin, man. you know, hopefully he has some better luck with sparring partners and shit getting out, or just people in the gym in general. Because like
He's
you
the
said, a
one who
lot of
might
times other
actually be
people.
fighting.
Yeah.
A lot lately, unfortunately. Remember that Renat Farfadinov fight? Rough times. Rough times. Sheesh.
I'm trying to think of the good times. Listen, all right.
Well, basically before the Tony Ferguson fight.
Basically. Well, speaking of irrelevant shit, Dylan Dennis is fighting KSI.
For real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is fucking happening.
Oh,
Yeah. So Dylan Dennis and
okay.
KSI are fighting. I don't even know how to feel about this fight. I like KSI when he fights. I'm not a hater on KSI. I don't hate Jake Paul and them neither. Like I like when they fight people like this. Like Dylan Dennis is a BJJ guy.
I'll watch that.
He's not a real like MMA guy. He doesn't have real skills. We seen that when he fought.
You know what the
What's the
problem
name?
is with these fights?
What?
The press conference is the most entertaining part. It's more entertaining
Oh,
than
it's so fun. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
press conference.
You know what's even better though? When it's Tyson Fury's fucking dad's there. Like he's tismed. I promise you, bro.
He
He
wants
was
to hurt you.
bro, he was headbutting the fucking plexiglass with KSI last time.
I remember that. I know that was Jake Paul, no?
No, he fought KSI. Tommy Fury fought KSI last. Or before, after Tommy beat Jake. Yeah, after Tommy beat Jake.
Both times, knowing him.
Yeah, after Tommy beat Jake. So because this is kind of the thing with KSI. KSI just wants to fight Jake, and Jake won't fight KSI. So when Jake lost to Tommy, KSI fought Tommy, thinking if I beat Tommy, then I can fight KSI. Like he's got to fight me now because I beat somebody that beat you. Then that means I'm better than you. Now you got to prove yourself. But the thing was, they hold KSI because I'm not gonna lie, KSI won that fight. You can watch it back. KSI won that fight. They hold him. I feel like he did. I'll watch it back with you. We'll do a film session one day.
I know why you think that. No way.
We'll watch it back together. But I think that they didn't want the boxing guy, the boxing royalty or whatever, to go out like that. And I think that's what happened. But KSI just want to fight Jake Paul. And the thing is, I think fighting Dylan Dennis is another one of these things where he's trying to get to that Paul fight. Let's see if I can get some sound here. Oh, hold on. We got some slappage. This was November 18th, though, 2022. What the fuck?
You had him 2 once or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. What the Yeah, here it is. March 29th. March 29th, KSI versus Dylan Dennis. Now, I don't know how many people actually really care about this fight, but it will be absolutely entertaining on the build-up. KSI is absolutely hilarious. He's great at marketing. He's one of the bro, he literally finessed the whole world into thinking he was mad about them shitting on his song. And he was just doing it to keep going viral because people are such cheaps that they seen other people like, oh, if they crack on KSI, they went viral. No, they went viral because they have fans, idiot. Now you just promoted his fucking song for him for free, and now he's diamond and he's making all his money. So he's a great marketer. Amazing. Dylan Dennis.
Does he have a girlfriend or a wife, or is he single?
KSI, I want to say he's single.
Good. That's going to be important when you're fighting Dylan Dennis. That's a big advantage for KSI.
Dennis does get down and dirty. I wonder, he's probably still fighting that case with Nina. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, but so like I said, I don't know how many people still fucking care about this fight, but it will be entertaining to watch the build up for it. It will be entertaining to see what these two do. Dylan Dennis is not the most entertaining in the ring or octagon, but on the build up, that man's absolutely hilarious. He went ape shit against Logan Paul and his wife. So we'll see where he goes with this one. I don't know, man. KSI and them might jump him. Where's it at? In Manchester? Yeah, he might want to chill out there, man. They might jump his ass. For real.
They don't have guns.
Huh?
He'll be okay. They don't even got guns.
Nah, yeah, that's why they're gonna jump him.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I have like those fucking those like wooden clubs that they used to have. It's just like a piece of 2x4. They kind of shaved into like a club. Yeah, they walk around with those and shit. Hey, mate,
he's a pretty good fighter.
Fuck us up, bro.
Not a great human being, but he's a pretty impressive fighter. So
who? Dylan Dennis?
Yeah. I
he's
know he
decent.
doesn't have a crazy MMA record or anything, but if you, especially with his grappling pedigree.
Oh, his grappling is great. I would love to see him in. I would love, you know where I would love to see Dylan Dennis? Pit submission series. Love to see him there.
Incredible.
Pit him up against pit him up against somebody like what's my boy from B Team? Fuck, I can't think of his name right now.
What weight class is he?
He has to be like welter. He has to be like welter or under. He has to be.
There's probably some fun matchups for him in the UFC too.
What's Dylan Dennis's weight?
Yeah, his MMA was welterweight.
His height is
probably around 170.
79 kgs. What's that? Yeah, I don't know kgs. I'm American.
No, that's about 170. A kilo is 2.2 pounds. So 79 kilos. Yeah, it's about welter.
He's Jewish. He's smart. They know numbers.
Just numbers.
He know numbers, motherfucker. But yeah, man, this is gonna be crazy. I thought I'd speak on it. This is one that is actually happening. Now, these are the ones I'm okay with. Like, these are the fights I'm okay with. But Canelo versus any Paul brother. No. He said no one said there will be map. It's all right, Mallory. We only need one smart person here.
I started off in powerlifting, converting kilos to pounds. That's my shit, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go, brother. But yeah, man, crazy stuff, man. March 29th. If you want to watch it, yeah. I mean, don't.
Can we do a watch party for the press conference?
We could definitely do that. I would love to do that.
That would be.
I would love to do a live press conference commentary.
Not for the fight, because
not for the fight. Fuck no.
Just the press conference.
We could do shots during the fight.
Okay.
We could just drink during the fight. Yeah.
Someone lands a clean punch, do a shot.
It's like baseball and NASCAR. You just go to get drunk. You're not really there to watch. You know what I mean? You're just there to get fucked up and scream at people. But we'll have to look and see when the press conference is for that. I think they just did like the first one, so we'll be doing something soon. All right, where are we at? 12:50. All right, so I want to get into some of this karate combat stuff. But before that, I want to ask you a question. Leon Edwards is fighting Jack. I always say this man's name all fucking wrong.
I'm gonna fix it for you afterwards.
There you go. Jack Della Maddalena. I think I got it right that time. Nope.
Yep.
There you go. He feels like if he beats Jack, he should get another title shot. I'm complacent on that.
Depends who wins the belt next.
Yeah, I'm complacent on that. If it's Bilal again, I don't think he deserves another title shot.
I don't even think again. Yeah, he won't get it.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves a shot against Bilal because I don't think he's gonna be Bilal. To be honest, the way Bilal played with him,
if he actually had an off night or not.
Also. No, you know what, too? And I will give him a benefit of the doubt that it was like 6 a.m. in the morning when he fought. I mean, he did say he got the sleep trainer to try to adjust his sleep schedule and stuff like that for the fight, but it was substantially early in the morning.
Also, like, I mean,
yeah, but Bilal, yeah. But wasn't Bilal training? He played training in Dubai or something like that.
Yeah, but Leon lives there.
Yeah,
Leon's
right.
home. You can't say the timing.
Oh yeah. No. He lived there. Yeah. Facts. So yeah, both of them.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
no, but at the same time, look, if it was actually an off night, maybe he could give him a good match. Maybe he could beat him. If it wasn't an off night, no way in hell. And I think more so than whether he deserves it or not, I don't think the UFC wants Bilal as champion. I think the UFC is going to.
I don't think anybody wants Bilal as champion except for Bilal fans.
All three of them.
Yeah, all fucking 3.5 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So do you think?
See him tweeting at why is Strickland getting the title shot after 150 teeps, and then he goes on to name everyone who has finishes. Doesn't he have one finish in his UFC career?
Whole career. You ain't finished nothing.
No knockdowns.
You can't even finish dinner. The fuck is he talking about, bro? We could finish. We could watch paint finish drying before he finished somebody else in the fucking UFC, bro. I promise you. You can watch 80 houses dry. That man ain't doing shit, man. I'm not a fan of him. Not a very entertaining champion, in my opinion. Build up, yes. He's another one like Dylan Dennis and them. Great. Talk shit. He's the heel. He'll take the role on. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll be the bad guy. Yeah, but he's just terrible. Yeah, shit talking is terrible. Izzy's is borderline terrible too now. He used to be good. It's like now I'm like, shh.
Izzy was always cringe, bro.
Just fight.
I'm gonna make you frozen like Elsa.
Yeah, that one was crazy. That one was crazy. We're not even gonna speak on that. Okay, moving on. Karate combat. Before we hop into karate combat, before we hop into karate combat, shout out our other sponsor, Brave Browser, man. If you are somebody who is very, very adamant on security when you're browsing the web, if you don't like watching YouTube ads while you watching your favorite music videos, are you just trying to catch up on the Warrior's voice and you get stuck with ads? Well, guess what? Brave Browser fixes all of that. They have a secure browser, they have a built-in VPN, they have AI built in as well, and they also block ads for you. They block so many ads, bro. Trust you right now. If I pull it up right now on my computer, because I'm running Brave right now, and it can tell you exactly how many ads is blocked for you the entire day. So no ads on YouTube. You can watch your videos for free, no YouTube premium, just straight through the Warrior's voice, whatever you want to watch, whatever you want to do. All right. So download Brave Browser now. You can get it on your phone. You can get it on your computer. I have it on every freaking thing. I have it on my iPhone here. I got it on my computer here. Got it on my laptop over there. I made all my whole family download it and all my friends. I can literally show you text messages where I tell my friends to download Brave Browser. You idiot. You're watching ads on YouTube. All right. So shout out Brave Browser. Download Brave Browser now. Get it on your computer. Get it on everything. Let's move into karate combat. Karate combat. All right. I have a text. I don't even have this on the computer. It's just so exclusive that I cannot even move it around anywhere else. It has to say right here. So I'm going to read strictly from my phone. And this is directly from the matchmaker himself. Okay. So I'm going to start from the bottom of the card up. And once you hear any of these fights or names, you know, when I'm done, pickers, you could tell me what stands out to you and what you like. And also, I'll tell you a few that I like. So first off, which I absolutely love this one, Jordan Barker, who we haven't seen in a while, Mr. Pizza Man himself, is fighting Safar Akhmadov. And that looks like it's the one that's starting off the card. So Safar Akhmadov, which is a freaking tank of a person. He has armor for a chin, armor for a head, armor for body. That man just does not go down. He's unKOable up until this point. So it's gonna be crazy to watch him go against Jordan Barker, somebody who's the only person to have a pit in their training area. So he has a lot of pit training. He's probably the most probably the best movement on the pit out of anybody because he's able to practice all the time. So, but we haven't seen him fight in a while, so it's gonna be good. Safar has lost quite a few. He lost like twice. He lost to Arturo Vergara, who's a champ now, and he also lost to the guy he fought twice.
And he gave him a great fight in Utah.
And he gave him a great fight. Yeah, he's not a bad fighter at all.
And it was 5 rounds, right?
Yeah, 5 rounds. So great fight, great fighter. Then you have after that Adrian Weathersby, another karate guy coming back. And I know you like him. He's fighting Connor Bracken, which I don't have much on him. If you want to pull up something for him or like
in Nashville or something.
Yeah, I feel like he did. That name sounds familiar.
Shit. Out in either Nashville Utah.
Yeah. And then you got Osama coming back as well. Osama just fought Karate Combat 51. Yeah, Osley.
Yeah,
he's coming back.
Well,
he's fighting Fernando. Yeah, he had the KO. He had the KO in Miami. He's fighting Fernando Paz from Spain.
Oh,
so cool. That's gonna be a good one as well. Another rising star. Osama is really great fighter. And then you have Leandro Jobu versus Robbie Lavoie. That one's gonna be a good one as well. Regivaldo Carvalho, I hope I said that right, versus Brennan McIver. You have Ilias Kamzin. It's Ilias Kamzin. I remember I had to get the proper pronunciation for that. Because I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? But it's Kamzin.
Utah was the Bitcoin conference, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So no, Utah. Bitcoin was Nashville.
Nashville?
Utah was permissionless.
Okay. So yes, he knocked him out in Nashville, that bracket.
Okay. Yeah.
He was the first fight of the night.
Yes. So he's coming back and he's fighting Adrian Weathersby. So that's a good fight for Adrian Weathersby. He's somebody who they're trying to get. Great. Yeah, they're trying to get him up to the top. So this would be a good test for him.
Love that fight.
Yeah. So comes in who got disqualification in his last fight and Karate Combat 52 is his last one. That just happened. He's coming back and he's fighting Dwight Grant from USA. So he's trying to come back and get a in the win column. Then other ones that I have locked, these other 3 aren't locked yet, so I can't talk about those. And then Jeremy Payet versus Weber Almeida. That one was released a while back. A crazy fight.
That's a great fight.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
last 3 fights are insane. The last 4 fights are insane.
You
Well, I
know,
would say
Weber
3.
Almeida trains under Machado.
Lyoto Machida, yeah, he's his
I mean,
protege. He's literally his protege. Yeah, it's like literally his he's a teacher at the gym, at the clan, everything. So
he's a big featherweight too. He's huge.
yeah, huge, massive. He calls himself the Silverback. I love it.
Looks like he bench presses a planet.
And he moves his body, his the way he stands and fights is like a gorilla. He like curves his back in. So I'm happy to see that. And Jeremy Payet is crazy, insane.
Payet's a tank.
Tank. So it's gonna be a good fight. They're both tanks. That's gonna be a fight. I think 4 or 5 rounds easily. Then you got Ilia versus Antonio Arroyo. Antonio Arroyo just lost to Sam Alvey not too long ago for a title contention. The first one got disqualification because he headbutted him. Second one he lost. And now he's fighting Ali Aviv because Ali Aviv wants to get a title shot. So if he can beat Antonio Arroyo, he'll get the title shot because he's been running through the division. Robelis Despain versus Roger Sousa. And then and that one, I think Robelis is gonna run through this guy, so I'm not really super excited about it. I'm excited to see Robelis again. I honestly, in contrary to I think what most people want, is I want to see him fight a little longer. I want to see him fight for like a round or 2, like just to kind of see like where he's at. I think also too, he's really trying to get these fights done quick because he's also signed to GFL, and I don't think he's trying to get hurt. And that's why I think he's kind of prioritizing finishes, which I mean, it's not bad. Like, you know, a lot of people love KOs, right? And you know, a quick one is very exciting. It brings the energy up in the room. A lot of the times he's like middle through the card or right before the main event. It heightens the energy. So, I mean, it's good, but I also want to see him have kind of a test, like how he was tested with the wrestlers in the UFC. And we kind of seen where he was. And I think we want to see that in karate combat as well. And to top off the night, Arturo Vergara versus Jesus Lopez, which is the main event title fight of the night. Shout out my boy Macaco Flo and shout out Jesus Lopez, another champ, former champ in the division and somebody who's, you know, a dog. Like he's the best of the best. This is literally the best of the best. And that's what I love about these guys coming out of GoShare right now is the fact that they don't care. They're willing to fight anybody that feels like they're the best of the best in karate combat or anybody who's been sitting at the top of karate combat for the past few years. They're willing to put their rank on the line. They're willing to put their belt on the line. Shazed put his interim belt, his rank, and his possible chance of getting a title contention, a title fight on the line just to fight one of the best people in the division and ran through him. Like, no disrespect to Edgar Scrivers. I love Edgar Scrivers, but it was a total mismatch the entire fight. He was just looked way better. And I don't know, Scrivers just didn't seem like, usually Scrivers turns it up in the second round. He told us this time he was going to try to turn it up early, and I just didn't see him get any momentum going forward. And these guys are just doing that, and they're just running through these guys. They don't care. I talk to him all the time. And he was telling me the same, like, he doesn't care about any of these guys he's got to fight, bro. Like, not saying he doesn't care about them, like, he respects them and things of that sort. But when it comes to, like, who he has to fight, he don't care. They don't care. The way they look at it is, and I was talking to one of them, and they was like, they were talking about, I don't want to say what fighter. I'm going to just say this. They were talking about a Goldchef fighter fighting another fighter in karate combat. And they said, listen, is he better than any of the guys at our gym that you go against that are in the UFC and all these other ones? And they all looked around and said no. And they said, ain't no way he gonna lose then. And it's true. They have dogs. They have dogs. They have guys like Chris Alavidrez who come in on hours notice.
That Henry kid.
Yeah, fucking Henry. Oh, what's it? Henry Gomez. Harry Gomez.
He beat the.
He beat Jacob Wayman. Jacob
Yeah,
Wayman.
Jacob
A kid
Wayman's
they imported in.
Prospect.
A kid they imported in as a prospect. This guy came off the bench and whipped on him. And shout out Jacob because Jacob
30 pounds in that pit. He looked.
Shout out, yeah. Shout out Jacob because Jacob was very like Like he posted right after it, like, yo, I know what I need to do. I'm still excited to fight in karate combat, this, that, and the third. Like he's not at
That kid's
all.
awesome. That kid's so
Yeah. That
awesome.
kid's awesome. I
He's
agree. I
10
love
years
him.
ahead of
He's
me.
got a long career ahead of him, and I'm glad that he got humbled early, because when you get humbled early, it allows you to take the rest of your journey upwards with that humility inside you, right? And if you can take the humility and roll with it, then you'll be fine. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, that's good. I was young.
Oh yeah, was it a good
Yeah,
one?
it's one of those days. It's Friday, baby.
It's always one of those days, man. Y'all don't know. MMA Pickers is a very hardworking man. Both of us are. He just work a little harder than me.
I don't know about all that.
Nah. Yeah, you're a very hardworking man. We
All I
all
do
are
is
here.
show up and
Everybody.
keep it ready for me, you know?
But you set it up, and that's the good part. You set it up. You're smart. You know what I mean? So, what the fuck were we just talking about?
How smart I am.
Yeah, definitely. He's super smart. Oh, the Go Check guys, and the new guys. But yeah, man. So excited to see what Arturo Vergara has for Jesus. Excited to see what Jesus has for Arturo. Like,
Such a banger. I can't wait.
I'm a fight fan. At the end of the day, I want to see a good fight. And I want to see a close one. I like a close one. You know, when it's a mismatch, it's not as entertaining unless they're like Manel Cap and they're just doing some like insane, crazy shit. You're just fucking loving it because he looks like Ip Man out there or something. Then it's different. You know what I mean? So, crazy thing. Any of those matchups or any of those people you excited to see that I named?
I mean, the Lopez Arturo fight is going to be absolutely incredible. Seeing the Silverback Gorilla is going to be absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one of those matchups I'm not excited for. I know also, what's his name, the kickboxer. Matt loves him too. Mac, who's fighting
Matt Barker.
Who's fighting Barker? Yeah. Weathersby.
Yeah,
I love
Weathersby.
watching Weathersby fight. Weathersby was my first karate combat fight I ever saw.
Oh yeah, he's a great fighter. I love that he's in this league. I feel like this league's perfect for him. I also feel like he does have to do a little bit of evolving with the way that the league is going, but I feel like he's one of those people. Jacob, Adrian,
he has such diverse skills on the feet too. He can fight you like a pro boxer. He can fight you like a pro kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do the spinny kicks. He keeps range like he was I think one of the U.S. Shidokan representatives. He's very good at range fighting.
Yeah,
got a lot of tools in his bag. I really like his skill set.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, dude. So, well, I want to segue into this because we're kind of like on the same subject before I get into this last karate combat subject, and then we get to the bets. Speaking of Arturo Vergara and Jesus Lopez, right? Jesus Lopez kind of comes from that era of OG karate guys, right? The Edgar Scrivers, Luis Rocas, all of them, right? And Arturo is fighting him next. Now, if Arturo wins this, does that mark the end of the OG karate guys? Because if you look at it, in a sense, I think Rafael Gaev is the only one who still has his belt out of the older guys. I may stand corrected. I want to check out. I mean, minus the women, but they don't fight as often. But I mean, at that point, it's kind of like Ghost and the rest of the guys that are coming through. The newer guys are kind of cleaning house of the older karate combat guys. Yeah. Because right now, Rafael Gaev, OG. Okay. Melinda Fabian, OG. Shazay Bren, new guy. Sam Alvey, UFC.
But still kind of a karate combat OG because that's pretty much where his pro career was. Shaziv.
Sam Alvey?
No, Shaziv. Definitely not Sam Alvey.
Yeah, Shazay he's a karate. Yeah, he is, but you got to think.
Born and raised karate combat, you know?
Yeah, but Shazay was only there since last year.
That's true.
Him and Arturo had fast rises because they kept fighting and they kept winning. Yes, they kept winning quick matches, so they were able to fight a lot. So then you have Sam Alvey, UFC guy, right? He come over from UFC, had a career over there. Ross Levine retired, right? So a new guy's got to take that spot, right? Where's the yeah. So and then that's it. Let me see. Welter, heavy, middle, And then Arturo's a champ for Bantam. There's no feather. There's no super heavyweight right now. So, it's really none of the OG guys there no more as champs, except for Luis Roca. So if Arturo beats Jesus Lopez, and then when Shazab and Luis Roca fight, if Shazab beats him as well, that's kind of like the end of an era. It's kind of like what we're going through right now in the UFC.
I think it's what we went through after the first couple of UFCs when Jiu-Jitsu ran the show. I think a lot of things that you take from those classic karate styles, specifically the footwork is what comes to mind, really complements the tricky parts of the pit a lot better than a lot of other, combat styles. And I think now we're sort of entering an era of karate combat MMA, so to speak, where you're very good at a lot of different aspects of working with the pit, and it goes beyond just that simple footwork advantage. And I think the people who are specifically good at this karate combat style are moving forward going to be the best people. And I think that's exactly what we see with Shaziv and Arturo, especially both of them training out of the goat shed. Now it's time. You can't just bring your style in like old school UFC where a boxer would fight a wrestler or a grappler would fight a striker. Now you have to train for karate combat.
Yeah, you got to. And it's not the same. It's not the same. I think Scrivers had the best chance. I just think too. Also, Shazab is a massive mixed match for almost anybody in that division with size. He's so massive. He's huge. Like when you see him next to Scrivers, you're like, "What the fuck? Are they in the same weight division?"
He looks like a big middleweight.
Yeah, he does. So, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man. I think those are the next two implications that we have to see. Like, what happens with the Jesus Lopez fight with Arturo Vergara, and then what happens with the shit. I feel like I'm so low. What happens with the Shazab Luis Roca fight? You know what I mean? Like, those are the two things I think we have to look out for in the next coming months and this year of if it's gonna be a switchover and errors, or if these guys can make a comeback. Like, you never know. It could not be over. Like,
after Roca fights Shaziv, Eddie Ibanez has promised us a post-fight interview. I have the footage. So
we need that.
We'll have to get it on that. Yeah.
You got to pay up, bro.
Yeah.
We got receipts.
We're talking a lot of smack, so maybe we can bring up,
We got receipts, man. Yeah. So we'll definitely see within the next few months, because hopefully Luis Roca and Shazab Ren should be happening within like the next 4 or 5 months. I think it's gonna happen in Dubai.
It's the fight we've been waiting for a while now, huh? Feels like forever.
Yeah, it's been like a year almost.
Yeah,
it's been about a year. Yeah, so
can't wait for that one.
Last thing I want to talk about karate combat before we move on into the next segment, which will be betting. So stick around because you can get your money up, not your funny up, with my boy MMA Pickers. But we always have some interesting guests at Karate Combat, and I'm one of the people. I am the person who interviews celebrities when they're there, or ex-fighters, whatever. Had an opportunity to talk to Rashad Evans again, which was super dope. Love him. But I also got the opportunity to talk to another legend, more from the kickboxing and boxing side of things, which was Tyrone Sprong.
That's so awesome. That's the one person I didn't get a chance to talk to. Is he going to be in there?
So let's talk about it.
See me in the pit soon,
he said,
so I can entertain the fans.
Was basically that
I think this is the future. 100%. I think it's very fan friendly.
Can you hear it or no?
A style that suits me. So hopefully,
can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
You guys see me in the pit soon, so I can.
So see me in the pit soon. Now,
Robellis.
This is what I'm thinking, because let's just look up, let's just look up.
He fights heavyweight, right? He usually weighs in around 230. Yep.
You can't make 205. I mean, you probably can.
You probably can.
But this is 228 at him fighting. He hasn't been fighting. That old man weight is on you, all of that. So he's a good 260 probably now.
I'm here for it. That'd be incredible.
Now, what I'm thinking is he wants to fight Rebellis. He thinks he can get Rebellis. And I think we're talking multiple league champion, like 4 or 5. WBC, WBO, WFCO, all types of shit. This man has won boxing, kickboxing, everything. One of the best to do it ever. Like combat sports, general, right? Big dog.
In his MMA career.
Yeah. Big dog. So to see the king of the ring come to the pit and possibly become the king of the pit would be absolutely insane. Now, he is, on the contrary, he is 39 years old, right? Now, we do have older guys in Karate Combat already, like Raymond Daniels is in his 40s. I think they let
Robellis is also in his late 30s.
Yeah, I think they let Shannon go.
Like 36 or 37, ain't he?
Yeah, 36, I think.
Yeah, it's not that big of a difference.
Yeah, not too big of a difference. I just mean longevity. So, I mean, a super fight with him and Rebellis would be super dope. Let the big boys go tear the pit up for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
This is probably the first guy in Rebellis' entire MMA/Karate Combat career that will fight with a higher striking pedigree than him.
Exactly. So I love to see it. I don't remember if somebody they were talking about fighting. That might have been him. It was so much going on that fight, dude. I can't remember. And I had so many things to do. Because Robin Black wasn't there. He was doing a GFL. Shout out Robin Black, doing this thing all over the place. He was actually hosting a GFL draft. That's why he wasn't there. So he should be back this time in Eve Denver. No worries, guys. I am only the Timu Robin Black for that last one. Okay. The real Robin Black will be back. The actual black guy won't be there. The other black guy will be there. There we go.
Not touching that one.
I can. All right. But yeah, man, I would love to see it. That shit would be fucking amazing to have Tyrone come over.
Yeah.
Him and Rashad Evans. Yeah, him and Rashad Evans are really good friends. They literally sit beside each other every time and watch the fights together. So I think
they both fought. I don't remember if it was the same card or consecutive cards, but on EFC also when that was a thing, if you remember. Their promotion.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I would love to see it. I think it'll bring a lot more culture too. And like you bring in those fans from him. And that's what I think is these super fights that they put together, like Luke Rockhold versus Joe Schilling, Anthony Pettis versus Benson Henderson. If you go watch the YouTube views, like those are some of the highest viewed fights. And if you look at Karate Combat's app statistics, when those fights happen, usually the combat, like the user base like doubles, right? So it's very smart to do it because, yeah, you might only get them for a one fight deal. Yeah, it might just be a one-off super fight, but you take a possibility of bringing their millions of fans or hundreds of thousands of fans in and then accumulating like 5 to 10% of them. And if you could do that 5 to 6 times a year, right? And that's a few extra million followers, right?
And
so
not only that, but you're establishing this division too. This is the 3rd or 4th fight in division history.
Yeah. And I wonder if they're gonna keep the other guys, I mean, because Rebellis ran through them, but that doesn't mean they're terrible. Like, I would love to see Marcos Gregario. I would like to see him fight the other guy that Rebellis fought.
Sons of Rebellis.
Yeah, let them fight. Let's see who's the best out of that. Yeah, let them fight, and then whoever wins that is number 2 to Rebellis, and then that's who everybody else has to fight, and then you make that the rankings 1, 2, 3, and then Tyrone Spong, if he comes in, you automatically make him 2.
You just make him fight Rebellis. Yeah,
you make him fight 2 and 1, and you make him fight.
If he loses, but he lasts more than 12 seconds, he's automatically.
There you go. If you last more than 30 seconds for Rebellis, you automatically won. All right.
Last more than 30
New
seconds
rules.
You get a free iPhone.
Free iPhone. Straight from Karate Combat. Do not tell them I told you that because they might take it out of my check. Anyways, all right. This is one of my favorite parts of the motherfucking show, baby, because this is where if you were one of our loyal viewers and you stuck around to the end, my man MMA Pickers has wrecked his brain looking at odds, looking at percentages, looking at fighters and old fights and seeing their weaknesses and their strengths and seeing who's gonna have the best pack the victory here and there and everywhere, just so you motherfuckers can make $1. And he about to give it to you right now, man. And I'm gonna jump off the motherfucking screen because that's what I do around this time. But I'm letting him rock. He's gonna go through his picks, and then we got a nice little one at the end for y'all. So with no further ado, let me pull up this for my mans and let me do this right here.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys a card-by-card breakdown like I always do. I'm actually this time going to go over some specific highlighted props and maybe some parlays that I like. And then at the very end, I got something special for you, a special parlay that we're going to just put the house on. All right, so first fight breakdown, we have Quaylen Salkal, who you guys remember we tailed on Dana White Contender Series, and he's fighting Anshul Jubli. Anshul Jubli is the first fighter to ever join the UFC to come out of India. There's one other fighter now from India in the women's division. Jubli looked pretty decent his last fight, but he ran out of gas real quick, and he just got outdogged in the third round, and he got finished. Quaylen Salkal, on the other hand, much more well-rounded. He's going to have a lot of height on Jubli. It's hard to be in India because there's not a lot of facilities to train MMA, where Salkal's surrounded by quality teammates and training partners. He should be a pretty big favorite in this fight. I don't really think much on this fight is worth touching. It's kind of hard to predict if it will go a long time, if it'll be a quick finish. If you're going to touch anything on this fight, put a tiny sprinkle on Jubli as the underdog. He is 7-1. He does have pretty decent striking. He could get it done. But personally, I'll be abstaining from any bets on this fight. But we'll make the official prediction for Quaylen to get the win. Next fight's very interesting. Kevin Jousset versus Jonathan Mikalev. So Jonathan Mikalev's a pretty decent grappler. He's got good wrestling. Guy looks like he's sliced beyond sliced. Looks like he's on that juicy juice. But, I mean, his conditioning is insane. Kevin Jousset, on the other hand, trains out of City Kickboxing. You can see his striking style is very similar to Israel Adesanya. Lots of feints. He likes to shift his hip a lot, pretend like he's about to throw a kick. Had a pretty good UFC career going, but coming off of a tough loss to Brian Battle. But that's Brian Battle. Brian Battle's a dog. And he also has really good judo. A lot of people don't know that about him. He's got a pretty extensive judo background, and we see him use that hip toss a lot of times from the clinch in his fights. And he's able to get pretty commandeering top position from there. I like Jousset. I don't love the odds on him, but I do like him to win this fight. I think he's about a minus 250 right now. I will probably be using him sparingly as a parlay piece. There's not really much else for this fight. Most likely he's going to win a decision, but, Mikalev's wrestling could prove to be too much for Jousset. If he gets him to the ground, the City Kickboxing guys, they have good takedown defense. They don't really have good game off their back. And even if he doesn't, there's just no telling how this goes on the feet. So I would say use Kevin Jousset's money line sparingly as a parlay piece. But yeah, this is a tougher fight to call. Let's move on to the next fight. We have Zhu Rong versus Cody Steele. Cody Steele, the real deal, baby. I love Cody Steele. Cody Steele was a guy who came up on the UFC Apex Grappling Series. He was one of the best contenders on there. He switched over to MMA now. He's 7-0. He's actually been mostly striking in his MMA fights. We definitely have seen some ground exchanges out of him. We've seen really, really good boxing. He's got a hell of a chin, hell of a physique. He's got a lot of power, and he's really, really good at putting a lot of pressure on his opponents and backing them up into the wall. And he's good at the MMA part too. He's very good at mixing it up. I would say at this point he's even shown elite ability to use strikes to set up takedowns. In that very specific aspect of MMA, he's one of the elites. Zhu Rong, on the other hand, very good striker. A lot to be desired in the grappling department. A little bit undersized for the division. Pretty extensive professional experience. It's 25-6. But a lot of that is pretty low-level competition on his regional circuit. I think Cody Steele should handily win this one. I will be using him as a parlay piece in a few of my parlays. He was about a minus 230, minus 240 last time I checked. I'm extremely confident in Cody Steele getting a win. Not quite sure how. but move forward with Cody Steele money line with confidence. All right, that cuts the early prelims. Let's take a look at these prelim fights. We did have a couple fights get canceled. Starting off the prelims, really, really exciting fight. I've been saying Colby Thickness all week partially because I thought it was funny, partially because I thought that's how his name was pronounced. But it's actually Colby Thickenese. And he's going to be fighting Alexandre Topuria. And if you recognize that last name, that's because this is the brother of UFC featherweight champion Ilia Topuria. Alexandre Topuria is 5-1 right now in his MMA career. Colby Thickness is 7-0. They're both pretty almost identical as far as physical stature. There is going to be a 1-inch reach advantage on the side of Thickenese. And both of these guys have faced, let's be polite and call it subpar competition up to this point in their careers. It's a really hard fight to call. This is also technically the rematch of Ilia versus Volk. They're going to be cornering the respective fighters. So that's been a big trending thing on social media. I am going to sparingly use Alexandre Topuria as a parlay piece. The Georgian grappling has been really impressing me. For him to be one of the people involved in producing Ilia Topuria, I'll use that as a bias and just assume that he has, to some degree, the talent of his brother, even though, didn't go so well for me the first time I bet on Herbert Burns, but let's see if it works better this time around. And, I was watching tape on Colby Thickenese, and he has decent striking, but his grappling was just really, really unimpressive. And I just see that as a path to victory for Topuria. So, again, we're going to use Topuria very sparingly as a parlay piece. This is a risky pick, and the odds are not great. But I think as a parlay piece, money line, there is some use there. All right, next fight. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one. I did last time, and I was right. So let's see if we can go 2 for 2 on this one. Wang Kong, in my opinion, one of the most overhyped UFC prospects to ever enter the UFC, fighting Bruno Brazil. Is Wang Kong striking elite? Oh, you making that face at me? What? She knocked out Victoria Leonardo, so now we're all going to go crazy for Wang Kong? Listen, you can make that face all you want, King, but we picked last time around Fernandez at plus 3,200 for a submission prop, and that was still on this channel the biggest submission prop that we've ever hit. So I'm going to go for it again. Bruno Brazil trains out of an excellent gym, the Fighting Nerds. They produce phenomenal strikers. She's a phenomenal, she's a good grappler. She's not a phenomenal grappler. That's not fair. She's a good grappler. She's going to be better than Wang Kong in the grappling department. If this fight goes to the floor, she has a reasonable chance at a submission. And at plus 1,400, I'm willing to find out. So my prop for this fight is, and this is a long shot, it's a very good chance that Wang Kong knocks her out or wins a decision. And there's a good chance that Bruno Brazil implements some wrestling or some jiu-jitsu and wins a decision as well. But my prop for this fight is going to be Bruno Brazil, submission, plus 1,400. It's a little bit of a lottery pick, but let's make some money. Oh boy. Next fight, Battle of the No Chins. We have Vyacheslav Borshev versus Tom Nolan. And Santislav coming off of a pretty good performance in his last fight. So is Tom Nolan. Both of these guys are known for being good strikers, long, rangy, and extremely chinny. This is kind of a pick'em. I saw Tom Nolan trending as a slight underdog. I think I like Tom Nolan better in this fight. Not only do I think he will have a slight striking advantage and also a range advantage, he'll be able to strike from a safe distance if he's able to implement his range well, because I do think Borshev has slightly better striking skills. I do think Tom Nolan will have a pretty big advantage on the ground. So if you can get him around that 100 mark, either slightly in the minus or slightly in the plus, small money line bet on Tom Nolan would not be a bad call. So I'm going to rock with Tom Nolan for this fight. Next fight, we got last fight on the prelims. We have Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. This is a great fight. Gabriel Santos, the most recent tough winner versus Jack Jenkins. Very big prospect from down under. It's on a good little winning streak right now. Very strong striking in Muay Thai. The biggest challenge for Santos in this fight is going to be the leg kicks coming from the side of Jenkins. Santos has shown something of an inability to deal with leg kicks in high volume. However, there are so many advantages going to the side of Santos, specifically from the grappling standpoint, that I just think he'll have far more paths to victory here. I think he has more power. I think the striking in the hands is comparable. I would give the kicking game to Jenkins, but I would give the grappling game to Santos by a mile. Jenkins is pretty durable, so I don't know if it's going to be a finish or a decision. If you want to get risky with Santos, I would say bet on the submission because that's probably the biggest gap in skill. Is going to be their grappling abilities. But personally, I'll be using Santos on the money line at a minus 230 or 240 as a pretty confident parlay piece. All right, on to the main card. Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. I am going to take Francisco Prado as an underdog. He's had a great career so far. He's 12-2, young guy, got great hands, very durable, extremely athletic. And Jake Matthews, he's kind of like Michael Johnson for me. He's good when he should be bad, and he's bad when he should be good. He fought one of the guys from my gym, one of our teammates, Matthew Semmelsberger, and Matthew Semmelsberger was a plus 450 that fight, and I made a boatload. I definitely bet on my teammate out of bias, obviously, like I always do. But, I mean, the guy got knocked down 5 times. Jake Matthews is incredibly inconsistent. I also think he's one-dimensional. I think he pretty much just heavily relies on his boxing, and if that doesn't work for him, he's just kind of screwed. So at underdog odds, I will take Prado all day. Just nice little money line bet there because obviously it's still a bit risky, but I'm gonna ride Prado on the dog money. Next fight up, we got a light heavyweight bout. Jimmy Crute coming out of retirement. He was in the past in the UFC rankings, and Rodolfo Bellato, who we haven't seen since his UFC debut against Ihor Potieria, where he was on the brink of losing that fight. Managed to get his grappling going, got a great sweep, got into top position, and then knocked Ihor Potieria out cold. Adolfo Bellato is extremely physically gifted. He looks like he has a second chin under his chin, too. I mean, the dude's just a powerhouse, a juggernaut. But there is what to be said about his skills, and they leave a bit to be desired. Ihor Potieria just got cut because we all know he's not very good, and he was piecing this guy. On the flip side, we have Jimmy Crute, whose body has been broken. He's had several surgeries on his knees, on his back, and he was retired, and he's coming out of retirement, but he has a skill level of the highest order. You guys will hear me say skills pay the bills, but Father Time is undefeated. Yes, Jimmy Crute, if you just look at his stats and his age, it doesn't seem that bad. He's only 28. He's actually the younger fighter out of the two. But the guy retired. The guy had tons of surgeries. The guy had tons of injuries. His body is plagued, and this is a combat sport. There's skills, yes, but then there's who's the better fighter. And I strongly believe in this fight, Adolfo Bellato is going to hold that advantage to a very high degree. And if Adolfo Bellato bullies Jimmy Crute too much, I think he'll be able to break him. So I believe the odds right now are about minus 150 on Rodolfo. I'm probably going to use that as a money line bet as well. All right, we're down to the final 3. Really excited about this next one. I can't believe this guy, his first fight in the UFC, Talshin Teixeira, he's going to be featured on a main card, but good for him. He's fighting Justin Tafa at heavyweight. We know heavyweight's pretty lean these days outside of the top 5, so it looks like they're looking to move him straight into the rotation very quickly. Justin Tafa is like a Samoan freaking Derek Lewis. Not very skilled, huge. Actually, the first UFC fighter to ever miss the heavyweight line. Interestingly enough, he missed weight for a heavyweight fight. It's never happened before. And Talshin Teixeira, who we recently saw in Dana White Contender Series. He's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, 6'7", 80-plus wingspan, pretty talented with the hands. Striking defense leaves a lot to be desired, and that's going to lead me into the pick. Tafa's extremely durable. I do think tit for tat, Talshin Teixeira wins this fight, but the striking defense is extremely concerning. Tafa is one of the hardest hitters, not just in the UFC, but let's just say in UFC history. I mean, the guy literally hits with the force of a 300-pound man. If he gets Talshin Teixeira with a clean shot, which we saw him get hit with a few clean shots on Contender Series from, let's be honest, what was probably just a fat, out-of-shape light heavyweight, he's going to clean his clocks. And I just don't see Talshin Teixeira putting Tafa's lights out. Tafa's just a tough SOB. Just like he's built like Tuivasa. He's just a tough motherfucker. So we're going to go with Justin Tafa, and we're going to take a prop bet by knockout as well. Tafa should be trending as a slight underdog, and the prop bet for knockout should be around plus 200. All right. Co-main events. Oh, boy, am I excited for this one. We have the champion, Weili Zhang, looking amazing coming off of her last few fights, with boasting a beautiful, immaculate record of 25-3. She will be fighting longtime contender, who's finally getting the title shot that she so long has deserved, Tatiana Suarez. Tatiana Suarez, past winner of the Ultimate Fighter, currently 11-0. She's absolutely ran through the division, and she's choked 3 UFC champions out during her pedigree here in the UFC. Guys, I'm betting the house on Tatiana Suarez. I usually keep my gambling to around $100-200 a card. As much as I love this stuff, I keep it for fun. $10 here, $20 there, $30 here. I put $300 on Tatiana Suarez last night. $250 on the money line and $50 on Tatiana by sub. Zhang has looked amazing. I think some people are looking at her with rose-colored glasses. Her biggest weakness on this earth, her kryptonite, is going to be Tatiana Suarez. Do you guys remember the Rose fight? Do you remember how badly she got held down on her back, literally unable to move? Rose ain't even a wrestler. Rose is a jiu-jitsu girl. This is a wrestler who qualified for the U.S. Olympic team. She was one of the best collegiate wrestlers of her time. She's got 3 submissions over current UFC champions. She is absolutely elite, not just in wrestling takedowns, but in MMA takedowns, and MMA wrestling specifically. And Zhang is amazing on the feet, and she's good enough on the ground. And a lot of her offense relies on getting those key takedowns. If you look at the Yang Xiaodong fight, a lot of her offense relied on getting those key takedowns. There will be 0 offensive wrestling opportunities for Weili against Tatiana Suarez. And Suarez has some good hands of her own. And not only that, Weili, yes, gets by a lot of the time on superior physical advantage, but Suarez is the freaking She-Hulk, man. She is the freaking She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure I'm a big dude. I weigh close to 250. I've been lifting weights for 10 years. I have no doubt this chick can bench press more than me. I mean, her freaking jaw looks like it has biceps. I am so high on Tatiana Suarez, I can't even tell you guys. I am going to put the house and then some more. I want to put more money on her. I might throw another $100 on her. I got her great odds at plus 215, but I still had to make another bet at the minus 120 mark because that's how confident I am in her. I'm going to say something pretty extreme. I'm going to compare this situation. If you had the opportunity right now to go back in time and bet on Khabib at, what was it, like minus 180 against Conor, minus 170, that's what this is to me. Tatiana Suarez, nobody knows her name because she's inconsistent as far as fighting, but she is the best female grappler in the UFC today by a long shot, and she is going to run through Weili Zhang. I really hope I'm not wrong about that one. Anyways, next one. Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. My favorite fighter, your least favorite fighter. Let's talk. Guys, I'm just going to go straight out here and say this. This is a 50-50 fight, just like it was last time. I thought Strickland won the last fight. Dana thought Strickland won the last fight. Everyone thought Strickland won the last fight. I don't think there's going to be a ton of changes here. I would like to see Strickland, when he hits those switches on the wrestling exchanges, have a bit more of offensive grappling, maybe log some control time himself. I think that would be an easier path for him to win some of those rounds. If we see the same striking from him and a little bit better grappling, that should be enough considering how close the last fight was. Something that Eric Nixick's been talking a lot about on Media Day. And from du Plessis, I just don't think there's much calculation to du Plessis' style. I think he just has more heart than anybody except maybe Strickland and more determination, and he's just tough as nails, and he just goes in there swinging and banging and just kind of fights on the fly and fights very well like that. So I don't really know that there's much for him to change. I think this is kind of in Strickland and Nixick's court right now. Because it's such a close fight and Strickland came out as pretty heavy underdog, all things considering. The last I can't read what the line says on your screen here, but the last I checked the line, it was around, I think, plus 170, plus 180 for Strickland. I'm just going to ride the dog. It's 50-50 fight. Strickland, obviously I think he'll have the advantage on the feet, as he usually does. And he's a very underrated grappler. Yeah, du Plessis got 4 or 5 takedowns last time, but he only logged 2 minutes of control time in the entire fight. Strickland basically hit the switch and stood up every time. If he just hits the switch and has his own offense from the top, he can log some control time of his own, and I think that alone will be enough to sway the result, assuming it's a similar fight to last time. So I'm really, really excited for rounds 6 through 10 of this fight. I am a Sean Strickland super fan. I'll flex my my wife got me for my birthday, my autographed Sean Strickland UFC worn gloves. So definitely a little bit of bias coming from here, but here my rationale, 50-50 pick, go with the odds that pay plus money. And I think I have something a little special for you guys now. Paulo, you ready for me? There we go. We got the Cloud Bet Parlay of the Week, baby. And shout out to Bubba He helped me come up with this parlay. And we're going to go with the Patriot parlay. We're going to go with the 3 Americans on the Aussie card. Number 1, Cody Steele. Phenomenal grappler coming out of the UFC Apex grappling system. He's got 7 wins, no losses in MMA. He's coming for number 8 in Aussie. Number 2, Tatiana Suarez. One of the best female grapplers, in my opinion, in UFC history. I think she's going to show that on Saturday night. I think she's going to be too much for Wiley on the ground. I predict a sub, maybe some ground and pound. We'll see. Tatiana Suarez for pick number 2. Number 3, your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. The guy I'm voting for president in 2028, Deshaun Strickland, to bring the belt back to America, baby. Let's go.
Where am I at? There we go. Let's fucking go. I love that. That was beautiful. Shout out to Parlay of the Week. I told you it's crazy when you sent me that and I had to make it up. Well, I had to not make it up, but like make the graphic. I told you I took that same parlay. I love
Patriot parlay, baby.
I love Zhang. I love Zweli. She's amazing. I agree though. Her grappling is not the best at all, and Tatiana's is absolutely there. Also, I think Sean Strickland won the last fight too, so I'm definitely putting my money there. And Cody Steele, why wouldn't you go with Cody Steele? He just looks fucking amazing. So, also too, I want to say Prado, somebody you were talking about. Prado actually used to train at GoChat.
Really? I didn't
His
know
last fight, yeah. So I was just looking through his Instagram too, because I haven't seen him in any GoChat content. He switched to American Top Team.
Right, Coconut Creek.
Yeah, he's at Coconut Creek now with those guys over there. So
Marcus Perez.
Yep. So yeah. So his last fight was at UFC Mexico City. I was at that one. And he said, "What's up, bro? Bias is okay. We all have it. Facts. We're all Strickland fans here. I'm sorry. You thought I didn't like Strickland?
I still make my. Well, you hate Du Plessis, so you're biased.
No, yeah, I hate Du Plessis. Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate him anymore. I just didn't. I didn't really like the whole King of Africa bullshit he
Never
said.
gonna stop teasing you about that though.
Yeah, but yeah.
But no, listen.
He alright now. He alright.
As long as you can rationalize your argument, don't focus on the biases. Attack the rationalizations.
Exactly. And it's definitely a pick 'em. I agree. It's a pick 'em. Like if you have to argue that if there's an argument there that Strickland could have won that fight if it was different judges, then it's a pick 'em in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like that's why we're getting a rematch, because there was no defining moment where they were like, no, Dricus is just way better than him. It was none. Because that's why it's gonna be what it is. But shout out Pickers. Like I said, every week he does this shit for y'all, man, helping y'all get this bread. It's completely free. We don't charge y'all for shit. All we ask is if you hit that boo button and you hit that boo button, because if I say it, they're gonna demonetize us. So I ain't gonna say it. But you know what I mean. Hit the and the you feel me? And if you're on Twitter, appreciate you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hit the bing bing and retweet it out and do all the things, man. But what a great show, man. Episode 21.
What's a Twitter?
What's a Twitter? Oh, X, actually. Yeah. Sorry, Elon. This is why my shit always getting under review and everything. Yeah, Elon, like, say the name right, bitch. Say the name right, bitch.
He's watching right now.
He's watching right now. But yep, shout out my co-host, MMA Pickers. My guy been here with me since day one, man. Every time. He was sick last week. Yeah, he was sick last week, and that was the only time he's ever messaged me and said, like, yo, I can't come unless he had to do a flight. So shout out my boys showing up every week. Shout out my other coaches too as well. They're here if they're able to as well. We're all busy. Everybody here does something else. This is something we do on the side. We plan on making it a full-time thing, but right now we still got other shit to do. So I appreciate my co-hosts giving us their time. Also appreciate our sponsors for helping us out. Shout out Brave Browser. Shout out Karate Combat. That's the home team on both sides. Love the guys over there. I believe in divisions on both of them with Brave Browser and what they're doing with security and just helping us search the web safely and enjoyment. And with Karate Combat, what they're doing with combat sports and technology, I think is beautiful. So love to have those sponsors, man. I'm grateful to have 21 fucking episodes in a book, bro. We're over the 20 mark, bro. We got 21 episodes in a book.
We're gonna have more than The Simpsons soon. Let's go.
Facts, you feel me? Like, you know, once we start getting this thing going, you know, we might be able to do this maybe 2 or 3 times a week when we don't have to do other things. But for now, you know, once a week, and we're gonna bring it to y'all. We're gonna bring the heat. We appreciate everybody that's shown us love. And to this point, man, I think the viewers, you guys are the most important. So shout out y'all. I'll have the standalone videos up. Pickers' bets hashed out, you know, if you're watching this back. Well, it's too late if you're watching it back now because you already watched through it. But yeah, whatever. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next one, and that'll be next week. We should be. You're going to Denver for Karate Combat, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. So more than likely, I need to plan ahead for that. I think we're going to do that show on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, depending. I'll already be there. I'll be there Sunday, so I'll have to do the show from Denver. So we'll figure something out. Yeah, we'll figure something out. All right, but we love you guys, man. We'll catch you guys later, man. Hopefully, you have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Well, actually, don't do nothing Pickers wouldn't do.
At the house on Tatiana Suarez.
Do that for sure, man. Team USA the fucking out. That's why I wore the red today. You know what time it is. America!